everybody, how's it going? We're back in. I've been playing the game solo, I'll be honest. But we back in. Try a speed run. Oh shit.
You did good, dude. I'll see you soon. Lou.
Over here.
Lou.
The little one should be working again. Let me see. Oh, well then. Maybe this is a special beach for soldiers who died in battle.
Maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Yes.
I'm surprised. I thought you would have abandoned BB by now.
Discard precious hardware? Never. So, do you still share memories? I see.
Stay here. Seems like I got other boys to tend to. I'm taking him down as you get us both out of here.
You know, Sam, I'm starting to understand why BB is so important to you.
Huh?
It's just a tool. Life and death are supposed to be irrelevant. But we've got attached to each other all the same, haven't we?
Kid's not just a tool. Name's Lou.
Lou,
Ooh.
that's a good name.
Finally got my baby back. Give me a second. Alright, we going. Cheers. Cheers. Bro's just trying to get his baby.
reinforcements. Dad.
I was born to fight. My dear baby. Baby.
Move. Move.
Where are you, baby?
Covering fire. Retreat. We need
Hell yeah.
reinforcements. Go, go.
My bad, baby.
My dear baby. Where are you, baby? I want my baby back.
Report anything suspicious. Try retreat! One, retreat! We need reinforcements! I want him found!
Get my baby. Where's my baby? Baby.
Don't tell me I gotta do the whole thing. The whole thing.
Open fire. Keep your eyes peeled.
Rip.
Stay alert. Hold back and hunt it out. We need reinforcements. My dear. I want my baby back. Where's my baby? Get my baby. Hey! Caught anything suspicious? Give him hell!
What are you talking about? Whew.
Maybe this is all my fault. I should never have put you in that prison.
Debating buying Elden Ring. All bro needed was a hug. What happened to Lou? What happened to Lou? Lou, are you okay?
Hello?
Oh, my sweet baby Lou. Reunited.
How's little Lou doing?
Reunited
No
at
response.
last.
Well, look at that. That child's taking a shine to me.
Ah.
You two were out cold, so I had you brought here. You were right. Whatever you did back there returned us to our own world.
Dude, this game really do just
I
be
put
scaring
your
you like
cargo
that.
and gear in your private box. You slept for a whole day, you know. Slept like the dead. I'm already back in Capital Knot. Fragile's
This
beach
dude
has
ain't even
been
here. He's a
coming in handy.
hologram.
Sam, I owe you an apology. Lou was the name you were going to give your own baby if he'd had made it. I should have
Damn.
pieced it together sooner.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Damn. Shit didn't get so deep all
I
of a
found
sudden.
some records from 10 years ago. A death, sudden, in the middle of a town. Young woman in the prime of her life. Nobody knew until it was too late. A boy down.
Somebody died and
Her
was a
husband,
nuke.
who was a member of Bridges, had dooms. He tried, but he couldn't get to her in time. The whole town was wiped off the map, leaving nothing but a big crater and him. Because he was a repatriate.
I just realized that
wanted
Lou
answers.
is
Did the man hide his
from
wife's body
Lee
on
Le
purpose?
La Le Lou.
The only survivor was the only suspect.
La Le Li La Lou.
He was easy to blame, and people did. And pretty soon,
La
they were
Le
blaming
Li La
Bridges
Lou.
too. The man felt responsible, so he left.
That
And
those
his wife, who died,
L La Le Li La
Her name
Lou
was
does not
Lucy.
exist in Japan.
she'd been pregnant, poor woman.
Sorry, interrupted the cutscene.
They were going to name their son Lou,
That wasn't me though.
but it did.
It wasn't me though.
President Strand told me.
Shh.
She talked
Who?
about you all the time. He didn't have to cut all ties and walk away, she said.
You wanna shut the fuck up?
Hey, bro, you ain't need to be
Calm
reminding
down,
me
Sam.
of some shit.
Take a seat.
On some shit you weren't supposed to know about, to be honest.
I told you
Respectfully.
before about my body. 70% harvested from cadavers. Do you want to know the real reason why? Because the story you've heard is one I made up.
Damn.
The truth is,
All these motherfuckers be lying.
I'm Frankenstein's monster.
What?
Artificial. Grown from pluripotent stem cells. And
Guillermo
when
del
that vital
Toro.
spark didn't manifest in all my organs, they replaced the defective ones with those of the dead. I never had a birthday. I'm a soulless meat puppet. No ka. A
No.
dead man.
No soul.
People born the traditional way have beaches. You have one. BB too. But I have no such connections. No mother. No afterlife. No beach. You see now why I'm so obsessed with it all? Why I joined Bridges?
I get it. I get it.
Battlefield. Now that was an awful beach. But strangely, I didn't hate it. Because I knew you were coming for me. I've never felt that before.
You're
Connected
telling
to
me
someone.
I'm
Anyone.
reliable?
You didn't have to cut all ties and walk away. The president was right about that much.
Wasn't anything to walk away from. It's not like I was ever welcome there.
Come on, even I was welcome. Oh, that. You were holding it. It's an old dog tag, US issue. Wasn't easy prying it out of your hand. Clifford Unger, as you can see. I looked him up in our database. Found a match. He was US Army Special Forces. Fought in Kosovo, Iraq, Afghanistan.
Aw, shit.
That's him.
Shout out Afghan.
Well, that's all I've
Understand.
managed to dig up so far.
Afghan. Understand.
You must be caked in chiral matter from the battlefield. Time for a shower, I'd say.
Hey,
Oh,
bruh.
I won't be
Alright.
joining you this time. The
I ain't smell
Die Hard
that
Man issue
bad.
is no longer a concern. I've seen to it that our conversations won't be recorded.
And he was out with the Flash. told y'all he was a hologram. He's in Mountain Knot City. How did he get to Mountain Knot City? I don't know. But bro said we stink, so we're gonna shower.
As you might have suspected, time here stopped while you two were on that battlefield.
What's up,
If
Hartman?
my thinking is correct, the dimension to which you traveled is a kind of beach. To explain a little, our bodies, our ha, all occupy the same world, but our souls, our ka, have beaches all their own.
And Dead Man has no soul,
Beaches are given form inside
because
our
he's
brains
just
by
a
our
soulless
belief,
husk.
religion,
Like
philosophy, and
spam.
so forth. As a result, a beach can be anything, and those anythings form a multiverse. However, if many people die at once, their beaches can become entangled, creating a strand field. This phenomenon is exacerbated in wartime by omnipresent feelings of resentment and despair. Beaches are more easily and frequently
The
entangled.
dogs?
On such a beach, exits vanish and experiences cycle endlessly. Picture it like a record player. The needle skips, playing the same phrase again and again. They're fighting a battle that has no beginning or end. Round and round it goes. Now the battlefield.
Is it sus of me to watch the cutscene?
In World War II, which is strange, given that the man you encountered, Clifford Unger, played no part in that conflict.
But what happens to the souls that die in the midst of
If
a
you can
war?
connect me to the chiral network, who knows what we might discover.
EX grenade number 0.
That was a long shower.
Still there, Sam? If so, I have a request.
What's up?
When you're
dog?
ready, head upstairs to the delivery terminal.
Alright, I'll go check out the stuff then. What's new? Can I customize my backpack yet? Sam sunglasses. Yo, the gold to match the fit though. I need to check on Lou. I missed you, baby. I missed you, baby. How you been? What the stink doing?
You okay?
Hell yeah. No, wrong button. We're about to come right back in the same room.
Can I help you? Holy shit. John, is that you? What are you doing here? My wife's checked in. They don't want to repeat of last year. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were.
Ascending.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Your work is greatly appreciated, Sam. Good morning, Sam.
What's that way? Oh, I got so many songs. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. The terrorist view of bridges. What do the terrorists think about bridges? The first expedition set off without any problems. Both the advance party and the rear guard? I'm an idiot. I took a shot. Rear guard are en route to the west coast as we speak. They haven't reported any trouble with terrorists and the like yet, but the further out they get, the greater the danger. There's a hell of a lot of separatists out there who want nothing to do with the UCA. Some more extreme than others. Perhaps there's no denying where they stand. Seems like just yesterday it was only ideological differences, strongly held opinions, at worst. But then Chiralium started messing with people's heads, turning extremists into demons, mules into gestalt, and debate into violence. And now we're headed west into their territory. Invaders coming for their freedom. They're waiting for us. Minds made up, guns in hand. Emily and the others aren't looking for a fight. She's going to try to talk sense to people, convince them to join us. If all the cities sign on, our nation could rise again. No one wants to take anything from these people, only give them back what was lost. If only they could understand that. Cave paintings provide an invaluable window into lives of our ancestors, how they lived, what they experienced. Some have been preserved in our continent, although some have sadly been lost in the voidouts. The oldest cave paintings of all are believed to date back 64,800 years ago, or more, but all of these, or perhaps, were in Europe. What's become of them, I wonder? Have they too been obliterated in annihilation events? If not, are the caves containing them now infested with BTs? Does Europe still exist even? That's a good question. Let's find out in the next game. Dude, we're gonna stop in Europe. That's the final spot in the next game. One cannot help but worry that these vital records have been forever lost to us, but I digress. These first paintings were likely made by the Neanderthals. They were crude depictions of creatures such as deer, bison, horse, interspersed with stencil outlines of large hands. Some assert these are the signatures primeval painters. They could not also be depictions of BT handprints. Could our ancient relatives have been trying to tell us something? Or perhaps as one flight. Gosh, where was it? Okay, hold up. Is this the Death Stranding? Cueva de los Manos? Literally, stencils. What did Wikipedia say? Don't trust Wikipedia. Is a cave and complex rock art sites in the province of Santa Cruz, Argentina, between 7300 BC and 700 AD, during the Archaic period, which was Snake Mound. Shout out Snake Mound. Okay. Reminder to brush up on that. Reminder to brush up on that. We going back to the BTs and the void outs. The following conclusions are largely derived from a handful of eyewitness accounts. While I would still advise anyone to take them with a grain of salt, I still believe they are worth sharing. Hold up, let me get this stream back up. BTs pursue their prey through a multi-step process. In the first, they begin searching for their target. The handprints left behind is evidence of this behavior. Upon detection, one or more BTs will attempt to seize their target and drag it towards a larger entity. To clarify, a void out does not occur at the point of contact between the giant and the human, but only once the human has been subsumed into the giant's body. We think this may be because this is the only place where antimatter is present within the entity. It goes without saying that BTs are entirely different from any creature that is of this world, and we have much to learn from them. One thing is for certain, however, we must come to understand them, else we may never overcome the existential threat they pose. Fair. Lochna and Malignan are basically the same bitch. Just so y'all didn't know. You know what we used to dream about? Seeing what's beyond these clouds up here. We spent our whole lives beneath the Chiralium sky. It's all we've ever known, but we also know that the world used to be so much bigger. Our parents told us. They were researchers who worked for NASA, though these days most people who wouldn't even know what that was. It went up in smoke around the same time America did, and all of our parents' work went with it. But we still have our dreams. The one thing our parents gave us that can never be taken away. Malignan and I were named after a pair of craters left by meteors which struck the Earth 50 million years ago. Those craters are proof that this planet is a part of something bigger, that we exist in a vast, interconnected universe. Our names serve as a reminder of this fundamental truth, symbols of our parents' hope that our isolation is only temporary. And that's why we joined Bridgers 2, to bring people of this country together again. Let's go! What's the photographer going? It wasn't that long ago that we moved to the shelter, the three of us. Before that, we used to live in a city, until my husband up and said we had to leave. He was so insistent, and I didn't have a choice but to go along with it. To be honest, respectfully, I don't mean this in a bad way. If it's not speaking on the higher, I do fuck with the spiritualist though. Because I kind of consider myself one. Mountaineer, cool. No one has been able to explain the Death Stranding, and I doubt that anyone ever will. Certainly not with science. Science is only suitable for observation, measurement, objectivity. You can observe and measure as much as you like, but it will bring you no closer to an understanding. Sometimes you need to expand your mind and open your heart. Seek the souls of the dead, listen for waves on the beach. In antiquity, there were no barriers between the realms. People moved freely between the earth, outer space, and the world of dead. What are myths and legends if not records of these journeys? My research has only confirmed this. The pyramids of Egypt and Mesoamerica, the Nazcan lines, Stonehenge, all gateways built by humans in order to access the beach. Surely you can see that wisdom of the ancient. All right, so let's find all of those pyramids. So it said these are all pyramids. The Nazcan lines are not pyramids, unless I'm crazy. So that's these. Now that's just wild. What is this one? I fuck with this one heavy. Oh, get out of here. I fuck with that one heavy. That shit goes hard. Bro, these look like the... Princess Mononoke. Kodamas. You can't say these things don't look like these things. Why do these things look like these things? That's pretty cool looking. I'ma fuck with it. I'ma fuck with it. Sick, sick, sick. From the report on the void out in Manhattan 1. Who the hell? What the helly? Those were the doctor's... What the helly were the doctor's final words. At the time, no one knew to whom he was referring, and to be fair, there were more pressing issues at hand. The doctor in question was a surgeon specializing in C-section, cesarean sections. The procedure he was undertaking at the time, however, was slightly unusual in that he was operating on a mother who had been declared brain dead 7 months into her pregnancy. She had been placed on life support, but since her blood pressure was decreasing and this fetus was showing bradycardia, the decision was made to operate because the procedure was broadcast to medical researchers on a closed-circuit network. We are fortunate to have a record of what took place. Per the footage, the incision was made without incident. The plan was apparently to remove the fetus from the womb and immediately place it into NICU? Hold up, I know what that is, but I just don't remember. Neonatal intensive care unit. Okay, so it's basically an ICU, but for the pre-baby, for the newborn. Newborn. I'm tripping. Not even. I guess in this case it would be a pre-baby. 7 months. 7 months. Prior to this, the surgeon would of course have to cut the umbilical cord. This is the moment that changed everything. The moment that the surgeon's hands touched the cord. In that instant, he uttered the famous last words. Who the hell? Ah, shit, and then the fucking shit exploded. Following a number of tests and experience, the conclusion was reached that this incident was the annihilation event that brought about by the doctor's contact with whatever or whomever he had seen upon touching the umbilical cord. Though it eventually became apparent that the doctor had been referring to BTs, at the time, no one could explain the underlying cause of the incident. Some later theorized that if the same conditions, brain-dead mother, fetus, umbilical cord, could be created, then BTs would be detected and the mystery of the Death Stranding would be solved. Indeed, this was the theoretical basis upon which government's own experiments and investigations would be conducted. They called the fetuses bridge babies, and experiments became known as the BB experiments. Soon after the government's program got underway, the tragedy of Manhattan happened. The BB experiments were conducted at a Manhattan... I feel like I should be reading this in Miller's voice. The BB's experiments were conducted at a Manhattan-based government facility in such extreme secrecy that little is known about them to this day. One thing that we do know for certain, however, is that the experiments ended in a tragic failure and were directly responsible for the total annihilation of the island of Manhattan, as well as the death of the president who had been observing operations firsthand. He was succeeded by the Vice President Bridget Strand, who shortly in her inauguration put an end to all further BB experiments and had all data destroyed. With her strong and steadfast leadership in the wake of the void out, she made great strides in quelling the chaos and unrest that has spread throughout the nation. She vowed to rebuild America. She devoted herself wholeheartedly to this end. In response, separatists who opposed Reconstruction emerged and steadily grew more aggressive in their activities. One faction even managed to acquire documents relating to BB experiments, and some speculate that this data was used to restart them in secret. At the time, however, no BB units are known to have been successfully created, and in general remained a taboo subject in government circles. Here I am. Well, who knows when that was made? We're not done yet. Hardly even stand, and far from finished. They think they got away with it, covered up their tracks, and took us out for good measure. No one knows, and no one will ever will. That's what they believe, but we're still here, still remember. God, the shadow government. Why did Lochner oppose the UCA? I finally got the lockdown on why Lochner didn't want us to be a part of the UCA. I can't say I understand it all, truth be told, but her concern that bringing everything and everyone into the fold might mean including some of the elements better left out. Cool. Hell yeah. Where you at? Gonna be long? We're halfway done. Oh shit. Connections keep us alive. That's very true. Woo! Congrats. This is some peak ass gameplay. Y'all just don't get it, bro. You hang out in the room after a long day's work. You heard? Too real. Too real. Hanging out in the room after a long day of work with this dude hanging out in the room after a long day of work. What the? I'm about to give y'all Inception. Brain rot on the bottom left. We got the brain rot going on the bottom left. Hold up, I can't see. We got the brain rot going on the bottom right. New brain rot filter?
Sam, the west side of that region is covered by a massive tar belt.
No!
Beyond it is Edgenot City, the last bastion of civilization you'll find that far out. It's your final destination. Once you use the Cupid to connect it, the Cairo network will span the entire continent. The rebirth of America is so close. And remember,
well then let's get to it.
That's where Amelie is being held.
Let's get to it. Let's go.
We need you to bring her home safely.
I got you.
But before you cross the tar belt, there's one more knot we need you to tie.
I'm tying knots left and right, dog. What's up? Okay. I like that dude. He's pretty chill. Dude, I'm glad I'm playing it tonight because it's going to be a long cutscene. It's going to be a long cutscene, but it's a good one.
Second, Mama's corpse. Her body shows no signs of necrosis, and I, for one, would like very much to know the reason why. Closer study may yield information that could prove instrumental in helping us to overcome the Death Stranding. Suffice it to say, 1 minute remaining.
He's going to die in a minute.
See to your preparations. I'll be waiting. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
A corpse delivery? You're tripping, dog. But okay. I don't want to use the all-terrain. Yes, give me the long trike one. The long range. The brain rot on the top right. How we feel about it, chat. I'm just carrying corpses around. Went from delivering packages to delivering people to delivering corpses.
All right, Sam.
Again.
Take care of her.
But fuck it, we ball.
And don't worry, she won't go necro. Millington's special. Be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
Alright, I'm gonna take the brain rot off the screen.
Order assigned.
Hell yeah.
Have a pleasant journey. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Hell yeah, I'm praying for a better day. Alright, we go straight south because we went up the mountain for no reason.
Stretch my legs.
Gotta post up in the pretty scenic view.
Well, enjoy it. At least while it lasts.
Oh no, wrong button.
Okay. Let's just sit here for a second.
Delivering bodies again. Went packages to people, then people to bodies. And we continue. The nap was over. Wake up, Norman Reedus. Wake up, your fetus. We continue. Super realistic. Well, I'm going over here. I don't have to. Bet you I will.
There we go.
I'm gonna make y'all listen to this pretty ass song.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Simply trouble my walk home and my spirit. Because I never said no or put up a fight. And I'm emotionally impaired. When I look at you, and I'm trying to keep these bones inside my skin. But my body's in the hole my shadow digs. As I struggle to maintain
Hell yeah.
my position.
Pretty ass song.
The oil's dried from
We
this
deliver the
heart
body.
of rusted tin.
Y'all ain't ready for this cutscene. This is one of the best cutscenes in the whole fucking game.
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Request to join UCA. Registered.
I'm gonna
Awaiting
refill my
human
water bottle.
connection.
My fault, gang. Let me refill my water bottle. Alright, and the cutscene continues. The thermal pad. I knew there was a hot spring
Proceed into
around.
the facility with the cadaver. Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Hell yeah. I would have put the brain rot section on, but no, this one does not deserve the brain rot. This is worth every second of your time.
Hardman.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Well,
cool.
you certainly caught me with my pants down. Glad you could make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am. Ah, please lay her down there. Still no sign of them.
You know your heart stops beating.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach, and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the sea an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549.
That's how many
I
times
see
he's
myself
died.
in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiformia. Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Hartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real, and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
All so you could say goodbye?
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartman. I'm glad we could have this conversation. A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing you were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize, and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And he's gone.
Deficit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially, onerous. Defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one. And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films. You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident, too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach. The people who died in the two void outs were there. What happened? What's going on?
Meow.
I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go! The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart. But it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam? Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a prepper-owned station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period. When the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
Goofy-ass cutscene.
Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal. Our ultimate objective in this region is to build a The first step is to put it... Now, we don't know the first thing about Amelie's status, or... That's a concern, but we won't know more until we get to Edgenot City. You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo Devil. That once all, then we can get to work. Thermal, indispensable. geologist. He's been no until the site is. Nor will his. So.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
One more thing, Sam. Bridges' paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar. Now, make sure you... Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten. Any irregular...
Order assigned. Have a pleasant journey.
Yeah, soak it in.
Sam, so, Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever. Not only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest. Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his duty.
walk over the body. The body of mountain? I'm not munching. You munching. I'm delivering bombs right now. Not the stress noise. Leave Thursday night funkin'. Oh yeah. Go back a little bit, you'll see me launch a nuke on accident. Made me have to restart the whole mission. I should bring cargo containers, man. What the helly? Climbing the mountain.
Whoa. Close one.
I know the I thought the avalanches were for the second game. We've come a long way. I'm making this real hard for myself. climbing mountains. Man. We run down. This is annoying. And I really am delivering a bomb. Antimatter bomb. Oh, what? Hell yeah.
Nice.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Another day, another delivery.
Delivering cargo.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time.
I'm not gonna humiliate
But
myself.
I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end-of-day stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue. Possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we caught it before the suicidal stage. Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near. I guess you... Thank you. Oh, yes. And just like that, studying us honest evidence.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man. This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings. In the distant past, earthquakes caused frictional melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotaculite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of chiralium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, You've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information. Weapons restrictions lifted. Your work is greatly appreciated, Sam.
To the new viewers, bear Norman Reedus ass.
EX grenade number 0.
There we go. And now we drink the Monster Energy drink. That's not Monster Energy drink.
Sorry about the mess. I got caught in the rain. Oops. Didn't mean to give you a shower. Tried waiting it out, but when I checked the time... I'm sorry. Should have come sooner.
Construction complete.
Hell yeah!
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. All weapons will remain locked.
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can find... Not that I need to... You... You can set up... Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, a local porter was on his way here with something. It's a 200 million... That's calling me skeptical, but so I asked him. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the... But what does a dumb fuck go and do? He didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical. The cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the south, where toxic gas... Old mystery. But you, to protect you, just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an epochal discovery. While there are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close, so very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Good work. New order available. Please ask.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally. In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from strenuous activity, making it easier to keep your balance. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Yeah, San Germain.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Keep on keeping on.
You found it. Let me see. Oh my. Thanks for bringing in that lost shipment, Sam. And yes, I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surroundings... Anyway, I think she'd be...
It's quite remarkable. And to clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms and delivered them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work. Warner. Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
I hate to say it, but I think that's gonna be the stream for the night. Y'all dudes and dudettes have a good time. Deuces.